Sunshine and Stallion baseball, just what the doctor ordered, as the Saugerties Stallions, the 2021 reigning PGCBL champions, take on the Glens Dragons here at East Field. Hello everyone, Kyle McMullen alongside me, Logan Barandis. He'll be on the color commentary tonight. It is shaping out to be a beautiful night for some Stallion baseball. Coming off a road loss last night against Oneonta, 6-5, the Stallions fell. Looking to get right back on track and get themselves back into a nice spot for the playoffs towards the end of this season.
Yeah, this is the Stallions' first time in Eastfield all season long, and it's a big game for the Stallions. You mentioned the playoff picture. Stallions coming off back-to-back losses, both of them being 6-5 losses, and with the Stallions being 2-0 against the Dragons so far this year, this is a big road matchup to win before the day off tomorrow, Kyle.
Absolutely. We're just a few moments away from that first pitch, and we'll take a look at your Stallion lineup tonight. Leading off, the extra hitter, Max Codier, batting second. Garrison Berkeley, third. Brandon Fish, who'll play third as well. Cleanup hitter, Jake Skrine behind the dish. Garrett Michelle in the 5-hole. Batting sixth, David Shackelford. Seventh, Evan Goforth. Batting eighth, Brett Heckert. Batting ninth, Alex Rodriguez. And rounding out your Stallion lineup, Colin Mackel. On the mound tonight for your Stallions, out of the University of Tampa, enter Alex Canny. 2-2 on the year with a 3.71 ERA.
Yeah, and Canny's last start coming back on 4th of July. We'll talk a little bit more about Canny when he is on the mound, but went 4 innings in that game, which was 6 days ago, so he's more than well rested for today.
And now we will take a look at how the Glens Falls Dragons line up defensively. Starting in the outfield, out in left field, Aiden Stevens. In center field, Corey Listing. The right fielder, Phil Kerpata. And around the horn at third base, Kyle Zaslaw. The shortstop tonight, Anthony Ruzzo. Second base, Mario Cabello. And your first baseman, none other than Danny Moshier. On the mound tonight for Glens Falls is Ben Lawden, and behind the dish is Kyle McNeff. We are underway here as the first pitch from Lawden to Max Codier is a called strike.
Yeah, and Lawden, coming over from Utica University, had a 7.94 ERA during his last season, 16 strikeouts in 17 innings.
A lefty-lefty matchup to start off the game. The second pitch from Lawden is a check swing from Codier, called strike 2 as he did go around. A good breaking ball there from Lawden to get Codier chasing. Now he's down in the hole of 0-2.
And Codier's been just what the doctors ordered for these Stallions. Has hits in all but one game so far this year. 3-hit night against Oneonta yesterday.
The payoff, the 0-2 is fouled straight back into the netting, so we'll try it again. Codier doing a nice job of spoiling that 0-2 pitch.
And Codier also has 4 stolen bases as well on the year, so has been a big threat on the base paths whenever he's gotten on. 2 of those stolen bases came yesterday.
Codier currently riding a 3-game hit streak as well, 6 of 9 with 2 doubles in that streak. The 0-2 bounces in the dirt, ball 1.
And all that's led to a .444 batting average so far on the year and 3 RBIs. He's hit in the leadoff spot every single game he's played in.
Certainly providing a nice spark to the top of the Stallion lineup. Jelani Rogers taking the night off. You usually see him in either the 1 or the 2 hole. The 1-2 is swung on and missed in the dirt. The throw to first base will be in time, so 1 away here in East Field as the leadoff man in Codier goes down swinging. Enter Garrison Berkeley, the red-hot right-hander out of TCU.
One last Codier stat for right now. This is his 7th game. That was only his 2nd strikeout on the year. The other strikeout came in the only game where he didn't get a hit in Game 1 against Utica.
Providing a lot of offense and some stellar defense in the middle of the infield for your Stallions, getting the night off defensively in that EH spot. First pitch to Berkeley is inside for a ball, 1-0.
And Berkeley has been cooling down lately. Ended a 3-game hitting streak. His last game went 0 for 3 with a strikeout.
5 of 12 during that hitting streak as well. The 1-0 misses outside for a ball. Now 2-0 to the Stallion center fielder.
And Lawton so far on the year on the mound, a 6.20 ERA with 19 strikeouts. A little bit better than his collegiate season.
19 strikeouts and 20 and a third innings pitched as well. The 2-0. That's a called strike on the outer half of the plate, 2-1.
That one just caught that outer part of the zone, and Berkeley doesn't go chasing a lot on those pitches, but that is the first strike in his at-bat here.
Berkeley 6 multi-hit games to his name on the year. The 2-1 is a breaking ball that finds the outer part of the plate again, so we're even here at 2-2 with one away. Brandon Fish awaits on deck. Lawton, nobody on, out of the stretch. The 2-2 from the lefty. That's a good breaking ball in the dirt, and that'll bring the count full 3-2. Berkeley not even chancing that.
And this is the Stallions' third time playing Glens Falls. Berkeley's first time in the lineup against Glens Falls so far this year.
The 3-2. That one misses upstairs, so the Stallions get themselves a base runner with one away. Now up to bat, the dangerous left-handed hitting Brandon Fish.
Yeah, and Fish has been someone who's been trying to turn things around in his past couple for performances. Had an 0 for yesterday and has not gotten a hit in his last 5 games. Has still made it on in 4 of those games, though.
Turning a little bit cold as of late. Hoping to see him turn it around, figure some things out at the dish. Lawton taking a lot of time on the mound for the first offering to Fish is swung on and missed for an 0-1 count.
Good thing for Fish, though, he does have 2 hits in each of the prior matchups against the Dragons.
There goes Berkeley. The pitch is swung on and popped up into foul territory over to that third base bullpen. That'll kick foul. The hit and run on there for the Stallions. Fish just barely getting a piece of that one. Down 0-2 now with one away.
It was a really lucky break for Fish, as the third base side does have a lot of ground to cover for the third baseman, so that easily could have stayed in, but it just made it out of the Stallion pen.
Lawton electing to go with the slide step on that last pitch, and he guessed correctly with Berkeley moving. Foul ball spoiled that one, the 0-2. And that one missing upstairs for a ball, 1-2 now to the third baseman.
And over Fish's 5-game hitless streak, he does have 4 strikeouts over that span. Has 6 walks, though, too.
And the 1-2 is fouled straight into the catcher's mitt for the second out of the inning. So 2 strikeouts so far in this one, as McNeff behind the plate was able to hold on to that one. Entering into the box now for his first plate appearance tonight, Jake Scrine.
And Scrine been seeing more and more playing time at that catcher spot, and it really opens up a lot offensively. He's one of the better bats in that side, or in this lineup, and when he's playing catcher, which they've really kind of struggled, the Stallions have, to get offense from that position, it opens up a lot for who you can play at that first base spot.
First offering is an off-speed pitch, and that misses upstairs for a ball, 1-0. You said it, Logan. Jake is certainly an offensive prowess. In his last 2 games, he's 5 for 7, 2 doubles, a run, 3 RBIs, a walk, a K, and a stolen base to his name. The 1-0 is swung straight through. Little bit of a chasing swing there from Scrine, evening the count at 1.
It's definitely one of the better players, if not the best, during that Boonville doubleheader, and really earned that day off yesterday against the Outlaws.
Berkeley on first after the 1-out walk. 2 strikeouts in the inning for the Stallions. The 1-1, that one is popped up and out of play, straight back and over the press box. So Scrine finds himself in a 2-strike count here.
And Scrine seeing his average jump back over 300, now at 321 heading into today with a home run and 16 RBIs. 3 of those RBIs came in his 2 Glens Falls games.
The left-hander Lawton gets his sign from McNeff. Berkeley gets his lead off first, the 1-2 to Scrine. That one misses outside for a ball, so the count even here, 2-2. The Dragons in their black tops with white pants. Your Stallions in their road grays here this evening at East Field. 2-2, there goes Berkeley, and no, it will not come to pass as Scrine will go down swinging. Lawton able to strike out the side, facing 4 batters in the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, a runner left. We move now to the bottom of the first inning here at East Field. Don't go anywhere. More Stallion baseball right after this. Welcome back to East Field, where your reigning champion Saugerties Stallions have traveled to Glens Falls to take on the Dragons. And before we get into how the Stallions stack up defensively, tonight's baseball is brought to you by the Jolly Cow in Lake Katrine, because everybody loves ice cream. Taking a look now out in left field for your Stallions is David Shackelford. Over there in center field is Garrison Berkeley. In right field, Colin Mackel. And around the horn at third base, Brandon Fish. Shortstop, Alex Rodriguez. Second base, the Heckman, Brett Heckert. Over there at first base, Garrett Michelle. Your battery mates tonight, Jake Scrine and Alex Canny. Taking a look now at the Glens Falls Dragons. Leading off, Phil Kerpata. Batting second, Mario Cabello. Batting third, Reese DeCastro. 4, Danny Mosher. 5th, Kyle Zaslaw. 6th, Corey Listing. 7th, Anthony Russo. 8th, Aiden Stevens. 9th, Kyle McNeff. And rounding out the lineup, Martin Marinchev. And the first pitch is grounded out to the second baseman, Heckert. And that one gets right through the glove and legs of Heckert, so the Dragons able to get a runner on based off the E4 to start the home half of the first inning. Alex Canny immediately talking to his second baseman, letting him know, hey, don't worry about it. Pick me up right here.
That one a really tough break for Canny on just his first pitch of the day, and Heckert really doesn't have much of an excuse for that one. It was a slow ground ball hit right at him. He didn't have to move too much, and it's an early base runner here for the Dragons.
That'll bring up Mario Cabello. There goes the runner. Pitches in the dirt. The throw to second will not be in time as the Dragons get the first stolen base and first runner in scoring position here this evening.
And on just 2 pitches, too. Did not take that long at all for Candy to be in a little jam.
Cabello, last 5 games, he's 9 of 19, so we'll keep an eye on that. 7 multi-hit games to his credit on the year. Canny will check back the runner in Kerpata. The 1-0 to Cabello is a called strike on the outside corner, evening the count at 1-1.
And Canny has a 1-1 record on the year so far. His one win coming back on June 17th against these Dragons, went 5 innings, only allowed 2 hits and 6 strikeouts, no earned runs.
Canny checks back the runner. The 1-1. Swung on and missed Cabello finding himself in a hole now 1-2 with nobody out.
And Candy's heater's just gotten better and better over the course of the year as he's seen more work. And his strikeout totals, he only has 19 through 26 and 2/3 innings, so looking for number 20 on the season.
Had a slower start to the year in his first couple starts than you'd like to see, as Candy will step off, seeing Kerpata jumping around that second base, getting a very healthy lead over there. Checks the runner twice. The payoff to Cabello is popped up and out of play into the grandstand, so Cabello able to stay alive here with nobody out.
We've seen a different trend in Candy's 6 starts. In his first 3, had 4 or more strikeouts, and in his last 3 starts, has had 3 or less strikeouts, including just 1 on July 4th against Albany.
Candy checks Kerpata, not once, but twice, and he will make a turn over there to check on him again. No throw. Candy very aware of Kerpata over there at second base. That's Kerpata's 21st stolen bag of the year, and the pitch is popped into shallow left field. Oh, Shackelford barely missing that one on a slide. Kerpata will be able to round third, and he will score the first run of the inning and the game.
That ball stayed up in the air for quite some time, and it looked like Shaq might have had a chance to catch it, which he almost did, but instead it just drops, and it's a early 1-0 Glens Falls lead.
That ball hung up there for quite a while, surprising that Kerpata was as far off that second base bag as he was. Shackelford having the ball bounce just on the outer part of his glove, landing on the grass. So an RBI single to Cabello. Enter in the designated hitter for the Dragons, Reese DeCastro. First pitch is bounced in the dirt for a ball, 1-0. Infield playing double play depth. Fish playing back at that third base bag. Throwing over to first is Canny to check on Cabello. Nothing doing.
And DeCastro, one of the better hitters on this Glens Falls team, coming from Castleton University, does have a home run to go along with 10 RBIs, a .262 clip.
Still nobody out in the inning. The 1-0 misses very inside, almost catching DeCastro. 2-0 now to the designated hitter. One run already across this half of the inning, unearned as Kerpata reached on an E4. The 2-0 is a breaking ball that catches the inside of the plate. Nice pitch there, 2-1 now.
It's a beautiful pitch from Canny that just caught the inside of the zone, kind of last second to get himself back in the count.
2-1. Down is bounced over to the 4-hole, and that'll skirt through the infield for another base hit. So back-to-back singles for the Dragons puts a runner back in scoring position. That'll bring up the most dangerous hitter in the Glens Falls lineup, Danny Mosher.
Yeah, and on all 3 of these balls hit by the Dragons, Canny's forced soft contact, which is what you want as a pitcher. It's just the Dragons have been getting really lucky so far with where those balls have been going.
Couldn't have said it any better myself. Some great pitching regardless of some of the outcomes. Very softly hit baseballs. Nothing squared up yet. First pitch from Canny to Mosher is a called strike on the outer black. Nice spot there for the first pitch fastball.
Yeah, Mosher, another Marist athlete, like a few of these Stallions on the roster.
Fish creeping up towards the third base cut as that pitch is ripped into left field for a base hit. So 3 straight singles for the Dragons will load the bases. Again, soft contact finding the outfield grass. Unlucky for Canny so far. That'll bring up the third baseman, the 5th hitter in this Dragons lineup, Kyle Zasloff.
Yeah, sometimes just better to be lucky than good, and that's what we've seen from these Dragons so far. Another softly hit baseball that just went over the infield into the left side.
So bases loaded. Cubello on third. DeCastro on second. Mosher over there at first base. Infield playing regular depth here in the first inning. First pitch swinging is Zaslaw, missing that one, 0-1.
And in each of the first two games against the Stallions, Glens Falls have scored just one run in both of those games, and now in danger of having more than that in just this first inning alone.
And the 0-1 finds the inner part of the strike zone. Looked like a changeup there. Good pitch. 0-2. Canny, nobody out still. Bases full of Dragons. Out of the stretch, the 0-2. Swung on and fouled straight back into the netting. Zaslaw able to spoil that 0-2. We'll try it again. Still nobody out in this half of the inning. 3 hits, 1 error, 1 run across. Canny, the 0-2. Swung on and missed for the first out of the inning. Able to get Zaslaw chasing the curveball there for the first out.
Much needed from Canny, able to get that out himself, not really leave it up to fate with some of these other hits the Dragons have gotten early on. But first strikeout of the game for Canny and his first out of the day.
First out of the day, enter in now Corey Listing, the Dragons center fielder. Canny just 1 pitch away now from getting himself out of this one. First pitch is swung on and fouled up the first baseline. Then he'll kick into the grandstands, 0-1. Listing a .211 hitter on the year. Got a hit in their game last night against the Amsterdam Mohawks, where the Dragons fell 7-4. That pitch is popped way up and down the first baseline in foul territory. Michelle trying and not able to make the play there as that one kicks over the fence, and he's clutching his abdomen now as he took a pretty hard crash into that fence. Hope he's all right. He picks up his cap and he'll take his time walking back to that first base position. So 0-2 now to Listing.
You talked about Amsterdam before, and that not the one yesterday, but that Glens Falls Amsterdam matchup a couple weeks ago, where Glens Falls actually got an upset. Probably one of the biggest surprising wins that we've seen during the season.
Absolutely. The second biggest surprise is when anybody beats the Stallions. Canny will check Cabello at third. The 0-2 to Listing, and that one is fouled straight into the grandstands, bouncing back onto the field of play, spoiling the 0-2 from Canny. We'll try it again with 1 away. Umpire is going to check the ball for some cuts and bruises, and it looks okay to him. He'll head back out to his position just behind the pitcher's mound here at East Field. Canny electing to go out of the stretch with the bases loaded. Infield still playing regular depth. The 0-2, breaking pitch, bounces in the dirt. Nice stop there from Scrine to keep it in front of him, 1-2. We'll try it again. 1-2, 1 out. 1 run already across this half of the inning. Bases loaded. And that is another breaking ball that bounces outside. Another nice stop from Jake Scrine.
Yeah, and Scrine hasn't seen too much time at catcher this year, but it feels like every time he goes back out to the backstop, he's been getting better and better defensively.
Absolutely. Looking a lot more comfortable as well. Not a lot of time spent catching in regular season games, but a lot of time in the bullpen. Nice to see him look a lot more comfortable back there. The 2-2 to Listing, and that one kicks inside for a full count now, 3-2, as it kicks out of Scrine's glove and bounces just a few feet away from him. Nobody moving there.
And Canny already well over 20 pitches in this first inning, and when the Stallions are trying to not use as many bullpen arms as possible early on against these Dragons, it's not the best sign.
7 games in 5 days have left this Stallion bullpen razor thin at this point. The 3-2. Down is popped into right field. On it is Mackle. Getting behind it, he'll make the play near the foul line, and he'll throw it home on a hop and not in time as the second run of the inning is able to come across. Cabello touching home plate. Runners at first and third now with 2 away and 2 across in the inning. That brings up Anthony Rizzo with 2 away.
Yeah, Mackle might have had a shot to gun down the runner, but it would have taken a pretty good throw to get out the speedy Cubello. And the Dragons already up quickly here, 2-0.
Moshier over there at first base. The first offering to Rizzo is taken inside for a ball.
And Rizzo, coming over from Union University, had a 476 average in minimal playing time during his last college season. His hitting well below that this year in Glens Falls.
The 1-0 is taken for a called strike, evening the count here, 1-1 with 2 away. Moshier over there at first base. DeCastro at third. The 1-1. Called strike on the lower part of the strike zone. Russo finding himself in a hole now, 1-2. Michelle holding Moshier over there at first base, getting a decent lead. The 1-2. Down is popped up and out of play. Russo doing a nice job of spoiling that 2-strike pitch from Canny, so we'll try it again.
And all these at-bats so far in the bottom of the first, Canny's wasted no time attacking early in these hitters, trying not to go too deep into these counts. And that pitch count, it's at 28, but it could have been much higher at this point in the game.
Holding the runner closely. There goes Moshier from first, and the 1-2 is fouled straight into the netting. Moshier will have to run all the way back to that first base bag. Had a decent jump there.
And not too much of a sample size to look at for Russo's stats on the year. 8 for 35, the 228 average.
Right-handed hitting, Rizzo awaits the 1-2. That's a breaking ball that misses below the hands, evening the count here, 2-2 with 2 away. Both Moshier and DeCastro reaching a base via the hit. 3 singles already in this half of the inning. An E4 put the leadoff man in Kerpada on. And a sacrifice fly from Listing was able to get them another runner. As we will hold it here, Canny able to strike out Russo. A great job of getting out of that one, but not before the Dragons are able to put 2 on the board here at East Field. Don't go anywhere. More Stallion baseball right after this. Welcome back to East Field, where your reigning champion Saugerties Stallions find themselves down 2-0 in the early going against the Dragons. Top of the second here, as Garrett Michelle, the first baseman, will step in for his first cuts of the evening.
And the Stallions failed to put a ball in play in the top of the first. It was a walk and 3 strikeouts, all of them swinging.
First pitch from Lawton is taken downstairs, 1-0.
Michelle currently riding a 3-game hitting streak. Started out with that home run in the first game of the Boonville doubleheader. Has 1 hit in each of his last 2 games.
And the 1-0 bounces in the dirt for a ball now 2-0 to the dangerous Michelle. Michelle has 6 multi-hit games on the year. The most came against the Dragons. That one fouled up and out of play, 2-1. Now is back on June 17th, where he went 3 for 3 with a double, 2 RBIs, and a walk.
And Michelle has played all 3 of the games against the Dragons, has hits in all 3 of those games, and 3 RBIs.
Lawton out of the stretch to 2-1. That one bounces in the dirt, 3-1. Michelle finding himself in a hitter's count here with nobody out. The second baseman, Mario Cabello, playing deep over there near the 4-hole and on the grass. The 3-1 is a breaking ball called strike 2, belt high.
Yeah, Michelle's seen his average slowly climb up these past couple of days, hitting .282 with 2 homers and 17 RBIs.
And the 3-2 is a breaking ball that catches the inside part of the plate. Michelle going down looking there for the first out of the inning. That'll bring up the left fielder, David Shackelford.
Yeah, Michelle was ready to toss his bat and go to first like it was ball 4, but that breaking ball, a beautiful one from Lawton that just found that inner part of the zone.
First offering to Shackelford, misses way outside for a ball, 1-0. So far, 4 strikeouts for Lawton in this one. Not throwing too much heat, probably lower 80s. Was a good breaking ball. The 1-0 is taken for a called strike, belt high on the outer part of the plate, even to count at 1.
And Shackelford had that Oneonta game off, played both games in the Boonville doubleheader, had 1 hit and 1 RBI in game 2.
1-1. Breaking ball that bounces in the dirt, so 2-1 now to the dangerous David Shackelford. Shack with 2 home runs to his name on the year, just 12 RBIs, 18 hits, 265 hitter. And the 2-1 misses upstairs and outside, 3-1 now. The 3-1 is another breaking ball. A lot of confidence from Lawton as Shackelford swings right through that one. He was sitting dead fastball, caught himself way out in front of that.
Yeah, and that pitch ended up finding the dirt, as Shackelford probably would have had ball 4 if he was able to hold up.
3-2 offering, another off speed, and that one missing outside for a ball. So the Stallions able to get themselves another base runner via the walk, the 1-out walk specifically, and that'll bring up the designated hitter, Evan Goforth.
Took the words right out of my mouth there, Kyle, as both of the second hitters for the Stallions in these first 2 innings have been able to work a walk.
Lawton checking Shackelford at first. First pitch is not cut on, a check swing that bounces up the first baseline, and that'll kick foul. So 0-1 to Goforth.
Goforth had a 4-game hitting streak come to an end yesterday in the Oneonta game. Went 0 for 3 with a walk in that one. He is currently riding a 7-game on-base streak.
The 0-1, that misses inside and just below the hands of Goforth, evening the count here, 1-1.
That on-base streak started with his 3-hit game with 2 RBIs against the Dragons back on June 29th.
The 1-1. Off speed, missing way outside. So 2-1 to Goforth. Stallions seeking their 17th win on the year. The Dragons seeking their 7th. Currently 21.5 games back of first. In your Stallions, 11.5. The 2-1 to Goforth. Another breaking ball, and he will foul that one straight into the netting. Count even at 2. Two, 1 away. David Shackelford leads off first base, reaching via the walk. Ben Lawton already 4 strikeouts to his name in this one. The 2-2 to Goforth. Checks his swing, and that'll be ball 3. Bring the count full here with just the 1 out.
And Goforth is just able to pull his swing back just in the nick of time to make the count go full.
Lawton not afraid to throw a 3-ball breaking pitch by any means. There goes Shaq. The 3-2 is popped up and out of play. Great jump there from first base with 2 strikes. Goforth forced to protect there. So we'll try it again, 3-2.
Yeah, Shackelford would have likely been safe had he got the opportunity to steal on that one. But what's interesting from Lawton right now, just as many strikes as balls so far early on, but he seems to really come through when it's late in the count.
The 3-2. Breaking ball, that one missing just outside. Great eye there from Goforth. Stallions have a runner in scoring position for the first time tonight. And that brings up the second baseman, the 8-hitter tonight, Brett Heckert.
And that was a great pitch from Lawton. Didn't miss by much on the breaking ball, which he has trusted a lot early on. But instead, back-to-back walks now forced by him. And now a man looking for some redemption coming up.
Redemption indeed. The infield playing double play depth. Cabello trying to hold Shackford at second base. First pitch missing outside for a ball, 1-0.
And Hecker does have 4 RBIs in his last 3 games. Both of them came in Game 2 of the Stallions' last doubleheaders, one against Utica, one against Boonville.
The 1-0 is swung on and missed. Off speed there from Lawton. Gets Heckert a little off balance, so 1-1 with 1 away. Heckert having the night off last night against Oneonta, 1 for 3 in the second game of the doubleheader against Boonville. 2 RBIs, as you mentioned. The 1-1 breaking ball missing way outside, so 2-1 now to the Stallion second baseman.
And Heckert's been with the Stallions since day 1, but this is his first time playing against the Dragons so far this year.
This is his 67th at-bat of the year in Heckert. Cabello pretty much on second base trying to hold Shaq, and that pitch is ripped into center field for a base hit. Rounding third and trying for home is Shackford. The throw is cut off, and he will slide in there safely for the Stallions' first run of the ball game. Heckert able to redeem himself there. Stallions get themselves on the board here in the top of the second inning.
Achievement unlocked, redemption. Brett Heckert able to get the Stallions on the scoreboard early on after a rough bottom of the first, and that's got to feel good if you're Brett.
Redemption indeed. Enter now the Stallion shortstop, the ever so graceful Alex Rodriguez. Some of the best hands that you'll see in the PGCBL over there at shortstop. 1 out, runners at first and second. The first pitch finding a little piece of the outside part of the plate. 0-1.
Can't tell you where that one caught the zone, but it just caught enough of the outside for the home plate umpire to call it a strike.
1 out in the inning. Goforth staying at second base. Heckert over there at first. 0-1, misses outside for a ball. 1-1.
A-Rod's gone hitless in his last 3 games. 0 for 7 during that stretch with 5 strikeouts.
Lawton checking Goforth at second. The 1-1. Swung on and missed an outside part of the plate. Rodriguez chasing out of the zone just a little bit, so now he's down the count 1-2 with just 1 away. Colin Mackel awaits on deck. 2-1 is your score. The 1-2 to Rodriguez. Swung on and missed. Lawton getting his 5th strikeout of the evening. 2 away now for the right fielder, Colin Mackel. Lefty-lefty matchup right here.
Stallions were starting to get some momentum, but that strikeout definitely going to change some things up. And now the 10-hitter and Colin Mackel going to try and keep this inning alive. And Stallions still need 1 run to tie this one back up early on.
Heavy shift now as Cabello goes all the way over to that 4-3 hole, pretty much holding hands with his first baseman, Moshier. The first pitch off speed and inside for a ball, 1-0.
Mackel, another Stallion that's been struggling his last couple of games. 1 hit in his last 4 games. 3 strikeouts during that stretch.
Goforth being held on a little bit by the shortstop. He'll leave him alone. The 1-0. Another off speed taken inside for a called strike, evening the count at 1-1. 2 away in the inning. 2 strikeouts, 1 looking from Michelle and another swinging from Rodriguez just a moment ago. 1-1. Another breaking pitch, and that missing inside. 2-1 now to the Stallion right fielder. Lawton, the left-hander, getting his sign from his catcher, McNeff. The 2-1, that misses downstairs. 3-1 with 2 away.
Mackel had one of his best games of the season against these Dragons. In that June 29th game, went 2 for 3 with an RBI. Got one of his 5 ribbies in that game.
The 3-1 offering with 2 away. And that one misses upstairs for ball 4. Bases full of ponies now. And that'll bring up the leadoff man in Max Codier.
So we're officially 1 time through the lineup for the Stallions so far today. Only 1 person has put the ball in play, and it's gone for a single. A total of 5 strikeouts and 4 walks otherwise.
Time is called as the Glens Falls pitching coach will head out to the mound and have a conversation with his lefty.
And there was no prior action in that Glens Falls bullpen, so it's definitely kind of a calm me down sort of visit. And Lawton just under 50 pitches so far in these first 2 innings as the mound visit already come to a quick end.
Lawton's best outing on the year came in a no decision where the Dragons lost 6-5 against Oneonta, going 5 innings, no runs, nothing earned, 2 hits, 5 walks, and 3 strikeouts to his name. So certainly some depth in that arm, some length to it. Have to see just how long he'll go tonight. 5 innings plus in his last 3. That pitch bounces in the dirt and skips away from McNeff, but he's able to corral that one, keeping all the base runners where they started the pitch.
And Codier is exactly the person you want up in this kind of situation. Bases loaded. In his 6 games, has walked in 4 of them, so the odds are in his favor.
Lawton exactly as many balls as strikes. The 1-0 bounces in the dirt now. 2-0 to the leadoff man, Codier.
Codier was one of the many strikeout victims early on against Lawton back in the first. Struck out swinging to open up the game.
2-0, that one bounces again, so 3-0. The conversation that Lawton just had with his pitching coach not helping so far. Codier in a really good spot. 2 away in the inning. Stallions have only gotten out so far in this one via the punch-out. The 3-0, that one right down Main Street for a called strike, 3-1.
Yeah, there's that get-me-over pitch from Lawton on the heater. Not even really much of a heater. Doesn't have too much zip on those pitches, at least in the early going.
3-1 to Codier, and that one bounces downstairs. Ball 4, he walked him. That gives the Stallions their 2nd run of the evening, knotting this one back up at 2, and that'll bring up the center fielder, Garrison Berkeley, for his 2nd at-bat of the evening.
Now some of that pressure is off for the Stallions, able to tie this one back up, and Now you're kind of back on that clean slate, but Garrison Berkeley looking to continue his hot week and has a chance to tack on a few more RBIs here.
First offering to Berkeley. That one bouncing downstairs. Heckert thought about it, but he'll retreat back to that third base bag. McNeff doing a nice job of bouncing off his knees and corralling that one back in. So 1-0 to Berkeley.
We've been campaigning all week long for Garrison Berkeley to get that Player of the Week award on the hitter side of things. 8 RBIs during this week, and it's already Sunday, so a chance to kind of add on.
The 1-0 catches the outside part of the plate, evening it at 1 apiece. You said it, but the best way to campaign is doing it for yourself. Berkeley forcing our hand, getting named the Player of the Week, player of a lot of games, as that pitch is ripped into left field. Back goes the center fielder, and he will make the grab just short of the warning track, and that'll end the inning. That was a loud third out. Lawden able to get himself out of some real damage there. We move now to the home half of the second. New ball game here at East Field. Stallions able to put 2 back up on the board. 2-2 is your score. Don't go anywhere. More Stallion baseball from the Ulster Savings traveling broadcast booth right after this. Welcome back to Stallion Baseball, where your reigning champs are taking on the Glens Falls Dragons on the road. The bottom of the second inning is brought to you by Diamond Mills, world-class amenities and refined luxury, and by Dwyer Contracting, high-quality craftsmanship in a family-owned business. And, of course, by the Ephros Orthodontics, smile provider for the Stallions. Leading off for Glens Falls is the left fielder Aiden Stevens, as he takes that pitch in the dirt for a ball 1-0. Alex Kenny back out on the mound for his second inning of work. Second pitch of the at-bat is a called strike inside 1-1.
And now Canny has that opportunity to work once again with a clean slate. Didn't have any earned runs, had 2 runs overall after the Brett Heckert error.
That pitch is bounced over the shortstop Rodriguez. Tough hop there, throwing to first. Not in time, as the Dragons are able to get themselves a leadoff man on. We'll have to wait to see the official ruling. Have to assume it'll probably go down as an E6.
Yeah, I'm assuming the same thing. That was very similar to the first ball hit off Canny in the bottom of the first, but this time over on that left side. Rodriguez had the opportunity to get there at shortstop. It was hit right at him and just lost it.
Enter now the backstop for the Dragons, Kyle McNeff. That one missing inside for a ball, 1-0. Dragons looking to do some damage here in the bottom of the second. 1-0 is swung straight through, evening the count here at 1 apiece, and that is officially ruled in E6. And right after we talk about just how good of a hands Alex Rodriguez has, that one just a tough hop. He did everything right there, charged it at the right time, just unfortunate there. 1-1 is swung straight through. Canny coming right after the catcher in McNeff.
And McNeff still having a rough start to the season. 2 for 32 on the year for the Glens Falls catcher.
Not a lot of productivity out of McNeff at the plate, but behind it doing a lot of great work in that last half inning. There goes the runner. Hit and run was indeed in play as that one rattles off the floodlights here and bounces all the way back over to the second baseman, Heckert. Michelle actually grabbing that baseball. So we'll try it again, 1-2. Have to keep an eye on that runner and Stevens there as he was going on the pitch.
Yeah, a lot of hit and runs early on, or at least hit and run attempts from the Glens Falls Dragons, and haven't really gotten a chance to execute on one of them as they're trying to test that arm of Jake Scrime, which to them is an unproven one.
Both innings starting the exact same way for the Dragons thus far. Error on a middle infielder as Canny is able to strike out McNeff, going down swinging for the first out of the inning.
Great pitch there from Canny, trying to get McNeff chasing on the high heat, which he was able to do so successfully. Third strikeout early on from the Stallion righty.
That is the third Mid-Hudson Valley Federal Credit strikeout from
There you go.
the University of Tampa Spartan, Alex Canny. So one out now, and that'll bring up the 10-hitter Martin Marinchev as Canny will check Stevens over there at first base. Nothing doing. Fish playing behind the third base bag, middle infield playing double play depth. There goes the runner, off speed pitch, the throw to second, and that one bounces out of the glove of Alex Rodriguez, and that'll go into shallow left field. Heckert doing a nice job of backing up the throw. That one took a weird, I'm not sure what happened there. Rodriguez getting a little crossed up on the throw. Maybe Scrine threw a cutter. I'm not sure. Either way, Stevens able to get in there with a stolen base. So 0-1 as that one is called a strike to Marinchev. One away, runner in scoring position. Second pitch to Marinchev is a breaking pitch in the dirt, swinging through that one and chasing out of the zone. Down in the hole of 0-2 is Marinchev.
The throw from Scrine was right on the money, but it did take a little curve or a cut like you mentioned, and Rodriguez kind of got lost in it.
Very uncharacteristic right there as that one is going straight into the backstop for a wild pitch. So a runner just 90 feet away from giving the Dragons another lead in this one. 1-2 to the 10-hitter in Marinchev. The 1-2 thought about it but held up in time. Marinchev pulling back 2-2. Nice stop there from Jake Scrine to keep the runner at bay at third base. Stevens out his fourth stolen bag of the year, so not much of a base runner himself. The 2-2 is fouled straight into the netting, so we'll try it again. Canny hasn't let up a single run since that Utica contest we mentioned, throwing very, very efficiently in his last few outings for the Stallions. 2-2. Swung on and missed as it skips away from Scrine. He'll check the runner at third, fire it down to first in time for the second out of the inning. Nicely done there from both Canny and Scrine.
Yeah, great hustle from Scrine to get to that ball. He's able to check the runner on at third before he did so. Just perfect execution all around, and Canny just 1 out away from getting out of the jam.
Enter Phil Kirpata, the top of the order for the Dragons. Reached on base via the E4, came around to score later on in the inning. First pitch to him is called strike at the knees, 0-1. Canny out of the stretch, the 0-1. That was a slider that catches the outside part of the plate. Nicely done there. 0-2 as Kirpata takes that one.
Yeah, and last inning, Kirpata reached on that Brett Heckert error. He did come around to score.
The 0-2. Check swing. No, he did not, says the infield umpire. So we'll try it again. 1-2. Nice job of climbing the ladder with the fastball from Canny. We'll have to see if he tries to fool Kerpata with something soft and away here. The 1-2. Soft and in, misses inside, so the count even here, 2-2.
And Canny did fool McNeff a few batters ago on that high heat and tried to do the same exact thing with Kerpata, but Kerpata being a much better hitter average-wise than McNeff is able to lay off.
2-2. Fastball called, strike 3, and that'll end the inning. A runner stranded over there at third base in Stevens. We move now to the top of the third inning. 3-4-5 due up for your Stallions. Don't go anywhere. More Stallion baseball right after this. Welcome back to reigning champion baseball, where your Saugerties Stallions are taking on the Glens Falls Dragons here at East Field. 2-2 is your score. The top of the third inning brought to you by iMedView Inc., independent medical review, world-class results, local connections, and of course by our friends at IXL Health and Fitness, keeping the Stallions fit all season long. 3-4-5 due up for your Stallions. Leading off is Brandon Fish, making his way to the dish for his second plate appearance of the night. Yes, Logan, I did say Fish at the dish once again. First offering from that is ripped into right center field for a base hit. Rounding first and heading for second is Fish, and he'll get in there with a double. Nicely done of legging that one out. A little bit of confusion out there in right center field with both Kerpata and the center fielder listing, kind of miscommunicating there. Fish stumbled rounding first for a moment. Everybody having some issues on the baseball field with that one, myself included, forgetting the pitcher's name in Lawton for a moment there. So everybody's stumbling around. Stallions get themselves a leadoff double, and that brings up the catcher, Jake Scrine.
Yeah, and that will be ruled a double on the field. Thought maybe it could have been a single and an error, but nonetheless, great hustle from Brandon Fish to provide the Stallions with that leadoff runner in scoring position.
McNeff able to have a nice pick on the spiked fastball there from Ben Lawton. 1-0 now to Scrine.
You remember his name.
There we go. Scriner getting the 1-0 is a breaking ball on the outside part of the plate. Called strike, even the count at 1-1.
I think the Stallions should just swing the bat. I think they're better off when they do so. 2 out of the 3 balls they've put in play have been hits. It's much better than a strikeout or a walk.
1-1 is hit right down the right field line. That kicks well foul. So Scrine down in the count 1-2 with nobody out.
And Scrine's had a lot of action at the catcher spot defensively, now looking to make some noise on the offensive side of things. Struck out swinging to end the first.
Lawton checking in McNeff for his sign. He'll check back Fish. Cabela holding him tight at that second base bag. Nobody out. Lawton checking him again. The 1-2. That one is ripped into left center field for a base hit. And Fish will score easily. Rounding first and heading for second is Scrine. And the Stallions get themselves their first lead of this one, 3-2. The first lead that your Stallions see. Nicely done. Back-to-back doubles for your Stallions.
These Stallions continue to fight back when they're kind of down and not in the lead. And 3 straight runs for your Stallions as both Fish and Scrine swap places.
Nicely done there from the two of them. Enter Garrett Michelle, the dangerous left-handed hitter. Recently graduating high school, committed to Virginia Tech. He'll play there in the fall. First pitch to him is upstairs for a ball, 1-0.
We're starting to see some action in that Glens Falls bullpen now as Lawton's pitch count in the mid-60s.
And that pitch is ripped into center field. Back goes the center fielder. You'll look up, and that baby is way out of here. A 2-run blast from Garrett Michelle. His third of the year, giving the Stallions the 5-2 lead here at East Field.
Somebody's on a hot streak. Garrett Michelle launches a moonshot out towards those center field bleachers. His second home run in a 3-day span, third home run overall. That now leads the team and extends the Stallions' lead.
Oh my, that ball was long gone deep into the right center field grandstands. How about that? And time is called as we will get an immediate visit from the head coach and make a Dallas Hot Wieners call to the bullpen. Who is coming on to relieve Lawton? You'll find out right after this. It's not the 4th of July anymore, but Garrett Michelle doesn't care, providing some fireworks early in this one. Exit Ben Lawton after 2 innings pitched, 4 hits, 5 runs, all of them earned, 5 walks, and 5 strikeouts. Enter the right-handed pitcher, Matt Chase.
And Chase coming into the year with a 1.64 ERA and 11 innings pitched, has 14 strikeouts during that span, coming over from Ithaca University, where he had an ERA over 6 during his last season there.
Very impressive. That 1.64, 14 strikeouts, so 11 innings as well. You got to imagine a lot of just swing and miss pitches that he has. We get to watch his curveball right here in warm-ups. Thing has some good action to it, pretty tight as well. Not much of a sweep, more vertical. David Shackelford will be the first man to face Chase tonight.
Going back to Garrett Michelle, can we make a petition for co-players of the week for the league this year? Since the 4th of July, Michelle, 2 home runs, 8 RBIs, and he has hits in 5 or 6 of those games during this week.
That one being his 3rd home run of the year. Easily the loudest. By far.
All of his home runs came this month, too, as the other one came on July 1st. So it's just been a great start to the month for Garrett.
Great start is certainly putting it lightly indeed. That first one coming out of that Oneonta 6-5 win, as you said, back on July 1st. Struggled a little bit in the 2 games after, going 0 for 5, but since then on an absolute tear. As we are back in the action, Matt Chase. First pitch swing is David Shackford. He rips that one up the left field line, rounding first and heading for second. The throw into second will not be in time. Shaq able to leg out a stand-up double with nobody out.
It's now been 4 straight extra base hits for the Stallions to open up this 3rd inning. 3 doubles and the home run from Michelle.
That's got to make you feel real good. And We have Evan Goforth stepping into the box for his second plate of the appearance tonight. Currently 0 for 0 with a walk and came around to score in the second inning. First pitch to him bounces downstairs, and not being able to find it immediately is McNeff, but not kicking far enough away for Shackelford to even test it with nobody out. So 1-0 to Goforth. You said it, Logan. 4 straight extra base hits. Double, double, home run, double. Absolutely tearing up this Glens Falls pitching right now, or these Stallions, excuse me. The 1-0. That one upstairs and inside. Goforth having to back out of the way of that one. 2-0 to the Stallion designated hitter. Cabello holding Shackelford a little close to the bag. He'll bounce away. The 2-0 to Goforth. Bounces in the dirt. 3-0. He tried the 2-0 breaking ball, but not even close.
And Goforth walked and came around to score in his last at-bat in the second inning. So he's definitely showing his patience early on and hasn't had too many good pitches to really try and swing at.
3-0 is a called strike. Definitely a get-me-over one there from Chase. 3-1. Third baseman Zasslaw playing even with the bag. The 3-1 is ripped into right center field, and that'll get down for an extra base hit as well. Make that 5 in a row. Rounding third and heading for home is David Shackelford, and he will score standing up. Stallions now 4 runs across in this half inning.
Buy one base, get one free. It's been for the Stallions' heart of the lineup. You mentioned it. 5 extra base hits in a row now for this Stallion lineup, and this is just what the doctor ordered for that lineup to get them on the right path.
4 doubles already in this half the inning. Brett Heckert awaits the first offering from Chase, taking that one in there for a called strike. 0-1 at the knees.
And coming into this inning, Heckert was the only Stallion to have a hit, had that RBI singles last go around.
The 0-1 in there for a called strike. 0-2. By the way, how many of these Garrett Michelle home run calls have happen when yours truly is on play-by-play?
I think at least 2 of them. Was it all 3?
I believe it's been all 3, Logan. The 0-2. And that one kicks way out of McNeff's immediate area, and Goforth able to get to third base, standing up on the wild pitch there. So 1-2 now to Heckert.
You know, Kyle, we joke a lot about a lot of these home run calls happening when you're on play-by-play, but now it's not really becoming a joke anymore. I think it's just what's been happening.
You just got to build up a little bit more chemistry with the guys. I've been trying to tell you all year. The 1-2 is ripped over to the shortstop, and that'll get a run across, and a out is recorded. Nicely done there from Brett Heckert with 2 strikes, shortening up and getting something in the middle of the field. 6-2 now is your score. That ends the extra base hit streak. Enter now Alex Rodriguez with 1 away.
Not everyone's perfect. I believe it is now 7-2.
Just checking, making sure that you're paying attention here. A lot of runs, 5 across this half of the inning. The 0-0 to Rodriguez misses downstairs, 1-0.
And an RBI is an RBI for Brett Heckert. Had the RBI single, now an RBI ground out or fielder's choice. So Stallions really pounding it on here in the third.
7-2. The 0-1 is swung on and fouled into the catcher's mitt of McNeff. A-Rod down in the count now, 0-2. Excuse me, 1-1. Chase out of the windup. Swung on and missed. Able to get Rodriguez off balance with the off speed outside. 1-2 now to the shortstop.
Yeah, and Rodriguez loves trying to swing at those outside pitches and is always just coming up well early on those breaking balls.
The 1-2 is swung on in the dirt for strike 3. So down goes Rodriguez for the second out of the inning. That'll bring up the 10-hitter for your Stallions, Mr. Colin Mackle.
Yeah, and that was the same exact kind of pitch, and low outside, and found the dirt for Rodriguez, his second time going down on strikes so far today.
Chase out of the windup. The first offering to Mackle. Checks his swing. Doesn't matter. It's a called strike on the outer black. 0-1.
And Mackle walked to load the bases his last time up back in the third, set up that Max Codier at bat, which brought in the game's second run.
0-1 is a hook. Curveball swung straight through there inside. Mackle down in the count now, 0-2 with 2 away. The pitch. Fastball missing just outside, 1-2. Great take from Mackle. Must have missed low. Chase ready to go here, the 1-2. Checking his swing, and that one skipping away from McNeff. Count even now, 2-2. Nobody on. 5 runs across this half of the inning for your Stallions, starting with the leadoff double from Fish. He and Skrine trading places, and the 2-run home run from Michelle. That pitch is outside. Full count now, 3-2. Michelle's huge mammoth blast into right center field, giving the Stallions an extra 2 runs. 3-2 to Mackle. Ball 4, he walked him, so the Stallions able to keep this inning alive with a 2-out walk.
Yeah, that's a great at-bat from Colin Mackle. He was down early in the count, but took a lot of close pitches during that at-bat. Now it'll set up the top of the lineup, and Max Codier, it's only inning number 3. He's going to have his third at-bat.
Third at bat indeed. Reaching on base his second time around via the walk. Throwing over, checking on Mackle. And not in time. Chase 11 strikes to his 9 balls so far in the inning. 2 outs. First offering to Codier is a fastball that finds the heart of the plate. 0-1. 6 strikeouts for the Stallions so far offensively, but the bats have been loud when they swing them. The 0-1 to Codier bounces in the dirt, even the count at 1-1. Again, 5 runs already across this half of the inning. Colin Mackle able to reach on the 2-out walk to keep this one alive. The 1-1, that one missing again downstairs. 2-1.
Yeah, and like Lawton before him, Chase struggling to find that strike zone is almost even in terms of the strikes thrown compared to his balls.
6 hits to the Dragons, 3 are your Stallions. 7-2 is your score as that one is ripped over the second baseman, Cabello. He will field it on a hop and throw on to first, and that will end the inning. But not until 5 Stallion runs come across on 5 extra base hits. Don't go anywhere. More Stallion baseball coming up right after this break. Welcome back to the Ulster Savings broadcast booth. Your reigning champion Saugerties Stallions are up in this one 7-2, courtesy of a lot of loud hits. Stallion baseball, courtesy of Senator Michelle Hinchy. She represents you. Alex Canny out on the mound for his third inning of work. Mario Cubello swings at the first pitch he sees, popping that one up and out of play, 0-1.
Yeah, and Kenny's had a great start to his day so far. Has had to work around 2 leadoff errors from both the middle infielders.
The 0-1. Breaking pitch misses downstairs, evening the count here at 1 apiece. Cubello, part of that 2-run inning for the Dragons, getting himself an RBI single that plated Kirpada. The 1-1 fastball missing outside for a ball 2-1. Cubello, as we mentioned, that 1-for-1 with the RBI. Little came around to score himself via the sac fly from Corey Lissing. That one is bounced over to the shortstop. Charging it is Rodriguez, making the running throw. Nicely done there for the first out of the inning, Mr. Rodriguez. One away.
When Rodriguez is on, he is on in that shortstop position, making up for his error in the second inning, making a beautiful running throw with his body almost in like, I guess it's a 90-degree angle, parallel to the ground.
Parallel indeed. Geometry doesn't escape our wits here in the Ulster Savings press box here at East Field. One away in the inning. Enter Reese DeCastro, the 3-hole hitter and tonight's designated hitter for the Dragons. First pitch swinging are these Dragons in this half of the innings. DeCastro fouls that one straight back, 0-1. You said it, Logan. When Rodriguez is on, he is on. He's able to field that shortstop position just incredibly well. Very smooth infielder. The 0-1 is check swung and crashing is Fish. Terrible hop, able to corral that one in, firing it onto first base for the second out. Couple of really nice plays from the left side of the infield from the Stallions.
Yeah, and you said it best, Kyle. That was a really bad hop the second Fish got there. He was kind of able to just get it barely on his chest and was able to send the throw over to first while on the run. Just a beautiful throw from Brandon.
Exactly why you're taught to field a ground ball with both hands, able to keep that one in check with that throwing hand. That'll bring up the dangerous 4-hitter Danny Moshier, the first baseman. First pitch swinging again are the Dragons. That bounces over to Michelle. He'll field it on a hop, and that will retire the side in order in the bottom of the third frame. Don't go anywhere. More Stallion baseball right after this. Two, three, four due up for your Stallions. We are now through 3 innings of baseball. 7-2 is your score as 2, 3, 4 are due up for your Stallions. Leading off is the 2-hitter in Garrison Berkeley, tonight's center fielder.
The Stallions came very close to batting around in that third inning where they scored 5 runs and had just as many hits. Garrison Berkeley, the only man not to bat in that third inning. He is 0 for 1.
Hopefully he's feeling a little bit left out after that one and is going to start us off with something loud and Dangerous? It's called dangerous. Loud and dangerous from Garrison Berkeley. That's what we want to see.
He got the loud part down his last at-bat. Almost hit a ball over the center field wall, just like Garrett Michelle actually did.
Oh, absolutely. Crushed it. Nice guy, veteran presence, just showing Michelle the way. That's all he really did.
Michelle was taking his notes and took it to another level.
Oh, absolutely. Certainly took it to a new level. Chase out on the mound for his second inning of relief work. First offering and first time seeing Chase is Berkeley. 1-0 as he misses downstairs.
Took it to another level in more ways than one.
1-0. Fastball catches the outside part of the plate, evening the count here 1 apiece. 1-1, nobody out. Chase shakes off the first sign from McNeff, gets what he likes. The offering is ripped straight up the middle for a base hit. So Berkeley did feel left out, and that one loud and certainly dangerous as he reaches first base safely.
Garrison Berkeley ended up getting that party invitation. He was able to get his hit, and now on base for the second time today.
That'll bring up the third baseman, Brandon Fish, who, of course, started off that third inning with a leadoff double, traded places with Scrine immediately after. The first pitch is swung on into center field, listing on it in left center field, and he makes the grab, and he fires it all the way over to first base. Berkeley able to get back in time. 1 away. Enter now the 4-hitter Jake Scrine.
And that ball just kept hooking further and further left, and you maybe thought eventually that would have gotten down for Fish, but now the center fielder enlisting was able to catch up to that one, and there's your first out for the Stallions.
Chase will check Berkeley over there at first base. Jumping out of harm's way is first base coach Alon Tresquita. And we'll try it here. The first offering to Scrine swung on and missed 0-1.
And out of all 4 doubles the Stallions hit in that third inning, Scrine probably had the hardest one out towards that left center field side that found the wall.
Hardest hit ball indeed. They all look the same to me in the scorebook. The 0-1. Breaking pitch in the dirt, getting away from McNeff and moving up to second base on the wild pitch is Berkeley. Nicely done there. Very heads up on the secondary.
Yeah, and Berkeley, one of the better base runners on the Stallion team. That ball didn't get too far away from McNeff, but he took that jump and ran with it almost immediately to get in safely without a throw at second.
1-1 with 1 away to Scrine. That one missing outside. 2-1 as the 4-hitter in Scrine. 1 for 2 on the evening with that RBI double and a run scored himself, looking to do more damage here in the 4th. The 2-1, that man misses outside and low. 3-1 now to the Stallion catcher. Catcher, first base, third base, whatever you want him to be, Scrine will do it. Kid loves the game of baseball, and you can just tell by the way he comes out to field every day. And that one is ripped into center field for a base hit. Rounding third, and he will be stopped at third base. And coming up to second on the throw all the way home is Scrine. Nicely done. Listing, overthrowing his cutoff man in Moshier. Scrine heads up base running there, giving himself and the Stallions a runner in scoring position, taking the double play ball out of the hands of the Dragons. Nicely done.
Yeah, and we saw a heads-up running from Garrison Berkeley not too long ago, and Jake Scrine doing the exact same thing on that one, turning a single and getting an extra base out of it.
That'll bring up, you guessed it, Garrett Michelle. He takes the first pitch of the at-bat for a strike, 0-1. That one is ripped over to the first baseman, Moshier. Coming home is Berkeley. The throw home is in time. Berkeley tagged in the armpit. And 2 away here in the inning. Heads up baseball from Moshier. Barely able to get Berkeley. Now 2 away in the inning. That brings up David Shackelford.
And that was a very smart move from the Dragons and Moshier. Berkeley probably shouldn't have run on that one from third. It wasn't too hard of a hit ball from Michelle, and Stallions aren't able to get a run out of it. Now it'll be Shackelford.
First pitch to Shackelford misses downstairs and in the dirt, 1-0. Runners at first and third with 2 away. Over there at third is our guy Jake Skrine. Over there at first base is Mr. Garrett Michelle. The 1-0 to Shaq is called for a strike, 1-1.
And Shackelford's reached base in each of his 2 at-bats so far, had the double last inning, and then walked and came around to score in the second.
2 singles in this half of the inning so far. The 1-1. That one is ripped into left field, broken bat, and that one kicks foul. Man, Stallions just missing out on some Hell's Mortal insurance runs here at East Field.
Yeah, and that was kind of the same area where Shackelford hit his double the last time around. As his double rode that left field line, he tried to hit that spot again, and it wasn't close to staying fair, but if it did, both runs might have scored.
That piece of lumber will have to be retired as Shackelford shatters his bat. He'll get a new stick to work with here. We'll try it again, 1-2. That pitch is ripped up that third baseline again for a foul ball. Shaq just mere feet from another extra base hit, loving that third baseline. Michelle getting his lead off first base, not much of a base stealer. Skrine at third, just 90 feet away from the Stallions' 8th run of the evening. The 1-2 is a breaking pitch called strike 3 on the outer part of the plate, and that will end the inning. No runs in that half of the inning. 2 hits, 2 runners left on. We move now to the bottom of the 4th inning. 7-2 is your score as your reigning champion Stallions lead. The Glens Falls Dragons don't go anywhere. More baseball right after this. Welcome back to Stallion Baseball. We are ready to go here in the bottom of the 4th frame. Canny out on the mound again for the Stallions, and that brings up to the plate the third baseman Kyle Zaslaw, who takes the first pitch of the at-bat outside for a ball, 1-0.
And Canny coming off a 6-pitch inning in the third. All three of the outs he got were ground outs.
Very efficient right there from Canny. His pitch count is up there in the mid-50 range. He wants as much of this game as he can possibly get with his tally of innings coming closer to an end for him here in the PGCBL. And that pitch is a called strike on the outer part of the plate, 1-2. Day slowly turning into night here at East Field. Beautiful sunset overlooking the tree line here at Glens Falls. 1-2 is a check swing that's fouled straight back into the fence here. Try it again, 1-2.
And Zaslaw was the first strikeout victim from Canny. Struck out swinging for the first out of the day back in the first.
4 strikeouts to his name so far in this one. 5, excuse me. Fouled off the 1-2 again, so we'll try it one more time. Canny already thrown about as many pitches in this at-bat at 5 as he did in the entirety of that last half inning. The 1-2. That one is chopped over to the shortstop, Rodriguez. He charges that one, avoiding the tough hop. Great pick over there at first base from Garrett Michelle. And the first base umpire called him safe. Very confusing. There we go. Okay, clarity on the call. Michelle tried to pull it out of his glove very quickly. A great pick over there at first base. First base umpire looked like he ruled him safe, but actually was indicating that Michelle dropped it on the transfer. So one away, confirmed one away now, and that'll bring up Corey Listing, the center fielder, for his second at-bat of the evening. First pitch to him, misses downstairs for a ball, 1-0.
Yeah, and that out a lot more confusing from the umpire's behalf than it really had to be, but still a great running throw from Rodriguez. In the second straight inning, we've seen that from him at shortstop.
The 1-0. Now on a called strike in the outer part of the plate, evening it up at 1 apiece. A-Rod charging that one to avoid some bad hops in this east field infield. Looks pretty choppy around that shortstop position. 1-1 is an off-speed pitch that misses outside, 2-1. Canny mentioning to us in one of his last outings that himself and pitching coach Rich Doobie working on a few new pitches, one of them being a cut fastball. That one, 2-1, missing downstairs for a ball, 3-1. So you got to imagine with the 7-2 lead, Canny is going to want to try and experiment with that cutter. The first time he threw it was at Mohawk Valley, and he actually got 2 strikeouts on his first 2 times throwing it. So certainly a great pitch that he's added to the arsenal. The 3-1 is a check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did, said the first base umpire. Full count now to Listing. 7-2 is your score here in Glens Falls. The Dragons started this one off in the bottom of the first inning, scoring 2 runs. Stallions answering right back. Ball 4 as that one misses low, so a 1-out base runner for the Dragons. And that brings up the shortstop, Anthony Russo.
And Canny had retired 7 consecutive batters prior to that walk, so Canny was definitely on a really good streak in these past couple innings, and that now coming to an end.
Canny, a really good pitch-to-contact guy, able to get quite a decent amount of swing and misses as well. He's going to look for a ground ball out here for sure, hopefully turning 1 into 2. First pitch to Russo is taken for a called strike, 0-1.
And Canny's only allowed 3 hits so far on the day. All of them came in a row, and all of them were softly hit singles.
2 runs, neither of them earned so far for Canny. He checks back Listing, who gets his jersey dirty and nothing else. Comes set, the 0-1. Breaking ball, that one a called strike. Great pitch there from Canny. 0-2 hole now is the shortstop Russo. The 7-hole hitter in this Dragons lineup. 0-for-0 with the sac fly, throwing over to first base. Just barely getting a hand back in there is Listing. So he remains on first base. Canny, a great move over to first base. Very quick feet. The 0-2. That one is popped straight up, and that will get into the netting. We'll try it again, 0-2.
And Russo, in his last at-bat back in the first, he was the last batter in that inning for the Dragons. Struck out swing to end a very long bout of the first.
Bottom of the first inning that did see 7 Glens Falls Dragons come to the plate. Those 2 runs, as I mentioned, unearned. Stallions able to answer right back in the top of the second frame, tying it back up, followed by a 5-run third inning. The 0-2 check swing didn't go. That one kicks away from Scrine. Listing will stay at first base. Didn't get much of a secondary lead. So we'll try it again now, 1-2 count.
There is some action now in that Stallion bullpen. Can't quite see who's warming up with Mason Speaker, as we're kind of being blocked by a pole over there out on that third base side.
The 1-2. That one bounces in the dirt and will kick away. Moving up to second base in scoring position now is Listing. That will go down as a wild pitch.
I actually think it's Ryan Parker warming up for the Stallions.
Parker, another very lively arm for the Stallions, a right-handed reliever, has pitched very well as of late. 2-2, Listing getting a decent lead off second, a running start actually. And that one is fouled out of play and into the grandstands. 2-2, Russo doing a nice job of keeping the at-bat alive.
It's been a lot of long at-bats from Canny so far, and it's upped his pitch count into the mid-70s.
2-2. Look like a slider there. That one bringing the count full now, 3-2. A little bit too much action. That one missing the plate. One out. Rodriguez holding Listing. He'll get back over to his normal depth at shortstop at 3-2. Fastball just misses outside. So another walk for the Dragons. That gives them runners at first and second now. That brings up the left fielder, Aiden Stevens.
Yeah, definitely a rough at-bat from Alex Canny, and he was already up 0-2 in the count and just slowly lost it. And I'm sure the Stallions would want to see him get through this fourth inning at least, provide a little more leeway from them for the bullpen for the rest of the game.
First offering is a called strike on the outside part of the plate. So Canny doing a really nice job tonight of getting a lot of first pitch strikes to these Dragon hitters. Listing on second, Russo on first, one away in the inning. Fourth hitter of the inning for the Dragons is up. The 0-1, that one misses downstairs, evening it up at 1-1. The catcher, Kyle McNeff, awaits on deck. Skrine puts down the sign. Canny gets it. The 1-1 is fouled out of play, so two-strike count now to the left fielder in Stevens.
And these are the two outs you'd love for Canny to get. A combined 9 hits from both Stevens and McNeff. Stevens with 7 of those hits.
Stevens 0 for 1 so far in this one. Reached on an E6, got all the way up to third base with a stolen base and a wild pitch, but was stranded there, following 3 straight strikeouts in that second inning. 1-2, checking his swing. No, he did not. Skrine doing a great job blocking that one, keeping it in front of him. So even count at 2-2. Canny out of the stretch. Checks the runner and Listing at second. And he will check in on the runner with the inside move. Nothing doing there, so he won't even throw. Two-two. Throwing back behind the base runner and not in time. Heckert just barely tardy on the tag. Listing able to dive back in safely. Nicely done there from Canny and Heckert. Good communication trying to get himself a free out there. So 2-2, we'll try it again.
So close, and a perfectly timed pickoff move from Canny.
And that one catches one of the Dragons in the dugout. Very scary moment here. Looks to be okay walking it off. Wow, that check swing straight into the Dragons dugout. No fencing in front of their dugout here at East Field.
And that's just a really scary part of the field, as both the visitor and the home dugouts are unprotected, and that's definitely something that could happen at some point.
2-2, breaking pitch called, strike 3. Stevens will sit down on strikes for the second out of the inning. That brings up now the catcher, Kyle McNeff.
Sixth strikeout on the day for Alex Canny, and he has been dealing all day long. That ties his season high in strikeout totals. That's going to tie his Glens Falls performance from June 17th.
Currently 3 2/3 of his way into this one. 80 pitches thrown. The first pitch to McNeff is grounded over to third baseman Brandon Fish. He'll step on the bag himself, and that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors, 2 left on. We move now to the top of the 5th inning. Your reigning champion Stallions lead this one 7-2 from East Field. Don't go anywhere. More Stallion baseball right after this. Welcome back to Stallion Baseball. Stallion Baseball all season long, brought to you by Peak Trading. Need it lifted up or tied down? Peak Trading has the supplies. And by Praetorius and Conrad, civil and environmental engineering and land surveying. 7-8-9 due up for your Stallions in the top of the 5th inning. Matt Chase still out on the mound for the Dragons. Leading off is Evan Goforth. 7-2 is your score here from Glens Falls East Field.
And the Stallions with a really hot start offensively. 8 hits in the early going, and they had an opportunity to add on to their 7-2 lead in the last inning. Had 2 hits, got no runs out of it, but still in a comfortable 5-run cushion.
Goforth so far reaching base twice, scoring twice as well. First offering from Chase bounces in the dirt. 1-0 count to the designated hitter. The 1-0. That one catches the outside part of the plate, evening up here at 1 apiece.
And Goforth had the last of those 5 straight doubles back in the 3rd. He came around to score as well.
1-1. That one missing way outside, off speed. 2-1 now to Goforth.
Goforth has already come around to score twice, had the double, and then walked the inning prior.
The 2-1. That one is ripped down the left field line. That will stay fair, going all the way to the fence. Rounding first, heading for second is Goforth, and he will be in there with a leadoff stand-up double.
The extra base hits just keep coming from East Field. The second double off the bat of Evan Goforth. He gave that one a rip out towards that left field corner.
Stevens, the left fielder, barely able to turn his head in time before that one hitting off the sponsored signs out in left field. That brings up Brett Heckert. First pitch bounces in the dirt and skips away from McNeff. Not far enough away for Goforth to do anything with. 1-0 now to the Stallions' second baseman.
Heckert has RBIs in both of his at-bats so far. Had the single in the second, then an RBI fielder's choice his last go-around with a chance to extend that streak.
1-0. That one is a wild pitch going straight into the backstop. Goforth will coast into third base, so now 90 feet away is the Stallions' 8th run of the evening. 2-0 count to Heckert.
And Chase just been struggling to find the strike zone ever since he's come in, and action commencing in that Glens Falls bullpen.
action slowed down in the Stallions bullpen, you have to assume that the reliever is ready to go for the 5th inning. The 2-0 Heckert as a breaking ball, called strike on the outer part of the plate, 2-1.
And Chase has already gone 2 innings so far. He's thrown around 47 pitches.
2-1. That one missing downstairs for a ball. 3-1 to Heckert. Heckert doing a nice job of working the count, taking that 2-0 breaking pitch and that 2-1 off speed as well. 3-1 almost hits him as he will trot up the 90 feet to first base. So runners at the corners with nobody out. Stepping in, the shortstop, Alex Rodriguez.
Yeah, and even after the 3rd inning, Rodriguez was the only Stallion yet to reach base so far in this game. He has struck out in both of his at-bats, and some of those swings were pretty ugly.
First pitch swinging is Rodriguez. 5, 4, 3. They get the double play, but Goforth is able to score on that double play. Rodriguez trading 2 outs for a 1 run. We'll take it. 8-2 is your score here in Glens Falls. That'll bring up Colin Mackel.
Yeah, Stallion's definitely going to take that one. No RBI. Going to be credited to Rodriguez, whose rough day continues on here. Still a hard hit ball, just not in the right spot.
Hard hit ball indeed. Goforth able to come around there after the leadoff double. First pitch missing inside to Mackel, 1-0.
Mackel has yet to put a ball in play so far today. He's the opposite of Rodriguez. He is 0 for 0 with 2 walks.
And the second pitch of the at-bat is a called strike, 1-1. Left-handed hitting Mackel, waiting for the 1-1, and that one is a fastball that finds the outer part of the strike zone. Called strike, 1-2. The 1-2 is a breaking pitch that bounces in the dirt, evening it up at 2-2 with 2 away. Mackel, a 200 hitter on the year. 2-2, called strike 3 on the inside corner, and that will retire the side, but not before your Stallions are able to plate an 8th run. Don't go anywhere. More Stallion baseball right after this. Welcome back to the Ulster Savings broadcast booth as a Dallas Hot Wiener call to the bullpen will end Mr. Alex Canny's night after going 4 full, 3 hits, 2 runs, no earned, 2 walks, and 6 Ks. Enter the right-handed pitching Ryan Parker.
And Parker coming into this one with a 3.85 ERA in his 4 appearances. Last appearance coming just 4 days ago against the Blue Sox, had an inning pitched, only allowed 1 hit and struck out 1 in that 11-1 blowout. He's only pitched against Utica and Oneonta in his 4 games so far.
10-hitter Martin Marinchev steps in the box. First batter that Parker sees, and first pitch swinging is Marinchev. He fouls that one straight back. Strike 1. Marinchev on the night, 0 for 1 with a strikeout swinging back in the second inning. Part of those 3 straight that Alex Canny got to work himself out of that jam. 0-1 is fouled up and way out of play. So now he finds himself in an 0-2 hole quickly here. Parker doing a nice job of filling up the strike zone in his first 2 pitches to Marinchev. Out of the stretch with nobody on. The 0-2. Big leg kick. Now in his bounce straight up the middle. Heckert barely missing that one on the dive. Nice effort there from the Stallions second baseman. 2-strike base runner. And that brings up the top of the order in the right fielder, Phil Kerpata.
Good effort there from Heckert. It was going to be a tough play to make anyway on a softly hit ball in the middle of the infield. It was that is the first hit for Glens Falls since all the way back in the first. 4 hits, 4 singles.
Kerpata, the right-handed hitting right fielder. First pitch to him is a fastball that's bounced in the dirt. Scrine doing a nice job of blocking that one, keeping it in front of him. That'll freeze Marinchev at first base. Kerpata, some nice sportsmanship there, running over and grabbing Jake Scrine's catcher's mask and handing it to him. A lot of hospitality here at East Field as we are very appreciative of the way that we've been treated here tonight, as Parker will throw over to first base. Marinchev will dive back in there safely. Nice, beautiful press box here at East Field. They gave us our own space here, and we are always so appreciative of the hospitality. The 1-0 to Kerpata is popped straight up behind first base. Calling off Michelle is Heckert in foul territory. Oh, just barely dropping that one. Heckert made a nice snow cone grab over near the bullpen, and after trying to reel it all the way in, letting it drop right at his feet. Very unfortunate. Regardless, no harm, no foul. 1-1 count now to the right fielder.
Yeah, luckily for Heckert, that ball did drop in foul territory, but that would have been an out that Ryan Parker would have loved to have early on in his relief appearance. And we've seen a lot of hustle from Brett Heckert in this fifth inning and the entire game as well. But in this inning, it hasn't led to any results.
Parker, a very easygoing guy. He laughs that one off. You see he has a big smile on his face. Heckert barely missing that one. The 1-1 is ripped up the right field line. That kick's well foul. Continued to slice and into the bushes over there. So we'll try now 1-2. 22 hits on the year for Kerpata. 2 of those home runs, 12 RBIs to his name, a .252 hitter. 0 for 2 on the night. The 1-2, that one bounces in the dirt for a ball, evening it up at 2 apiece. This is Kerpata's third at-bat of the evening, his first since going down swinging in the second inning to end that frame. The 2-2. That one is fouled straight back into the netting, eye level with us here in the press box.
And luckily we are protected today, double protected with the netting and then the window here in our little press box.
You, sir, are certainly protected by the window.
We have to close your window to make you protected.
And I like to live life dangerously as Parker will throw over there at first base, Marinchev diving back in there safely. I live life a little bit more on the wild side, I think, than you.
Yeah, just the netting's good enough for you.
That's exactly right. 2-2 to Kerpata. Parker gets a sign from Scrine. Breaking pitch in the dirt. Going down swinging for the second time tonight is Kerpata. Parker, a great pitch right there. Way out of the strike zone for the first out of the inning. That brings up Mario Cabello.
Yeah, coming into today, Parker had 9 strikeouts in his 7 innings pitched, so is a good strikeout thrower on the year so far and getting his first strikeout not too long into his relief outing.
First pitch is chopped foul and straight back into the netting. 0-1 to the Glens Falls second baseman, Cubello.
And Cubello 1 for 2 so far today. Singled for the first hit in this game and grounded out to Rodriguez the last go around.
The 0-1 is bounced over to third base. Crashing is Fish, and he will not be able to make the play. Able to just block that one down in front. We'll have to wait and see what the official ruling is there. That was a tougher play there, having to crash. More of a swinging bunt there. And that will be ruled an infield hit. The right call there, indeed. Fish had to make a pretty nice play to get the speedster in Cubello. So runners at first and second now with one away. And that brings up Reese DeCastro, the designated hitter, in the 3-hole.
And if Fish was going to make that play, he was going to need to scoop that ball very quickly on the high hopper. And he tried to get a really quick one on it, just was able to miss. He just missed it with his glove, but it was a tough play to make, so a hit is the right call.
Fastball missing outside and low for a ball, 1-0. Marinchev reaching on a single himself. Now Cubello does the same thing following suit. First and second now with one away. The 1-0. That one missing outside for a ball, 2-0. Parker falling behind in the count now. DeCastro 1 for 2 on the night with a ground out to Fish back in the third inning. The 2-0, that misses just below the hands of DeCastro. He'll take that one in. 3-0 now, as Parker is going to need to find the strike zone here. He will step off and ask for some new sets of signs from Skrine. Marinchev gets his lead off second. Parker checks him once at 3-0. 3-0 swinging is a blooper over the first baseline. Kicking foul and just off the glove of Michelle. Would have had to have been an incredible play over the shoulder. 3-1 now.
That's now the second time we've seen a ball kind of blooped into that right field foul line that the Stallions were just unable to grab. This time Michelle a little less closer than Heckert was on the first one, and the at-bat continues for DeCastro.
Continues indeed. Parker able to get himself back into this count, but his work's still cut out for him as DeCastro's in a really good spot here. 3-1. Pitch. That one misses downstairs for ball 4. DeCastro kind of flipping his bat down in the batter's box, and that will load the bases full of Dragons. Enter now the best hitter in terms of batting average in Danny Moshier, the first baseman, the left-handed hitter.
Yeah, great spot for the cleanup hitter in Moshier. Bases loaded with just one out, and Stallions looking to cling on to that 6-run lead they built.
Infield playing regular depth here with the bases loaded. 1 out. The first pitch is grounded on a hop line drive. Throw to second is in time. First, not so much, as a run will come across the score. Rodriguez doing a nice job of keeping that one in front, taking a very gnarly hop into the chest. Great job of able to get the runner out at second base for the second out. Stallions trading a run for an out here. And that brings up the third baseman for the Dragons, Kyle Zaslaw, runners at the corner.
That ball definitely could have been a double play. It was hit right at Rodriguez, but it was hit pretty hard. And the fact that Rodriguez was able to get at least one out on that hit was probably good enough for the Stallions.
First pitch is a called strike, 0-1. Nicely done, as you said there, from Rodriguez, able to get the one out. That ball was hit pretty hard. It was a one-hopper line drive. Just keeping it in front is all he needed to do, getting the Stallions that second out. The 0-1 bounces in the dirt, evening it up at 1 apiece.
And Zaslaw has not been on base yet so far today. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a groundout.
Moshier on first base. Cubello at third. The 1-1 bounces in the dirt. Scrine able to stop it from getting too far. Runners will hold where they are.
This is definitely not the start of his relief outing that Ryan Parker was hoping for. He's already up at 18 pitches so far in this inning alone. He's allowed 2 hits and a walk.
He'll come set, check the runner at first. At 2-1 is a fastball. Not sure where, but apparently it missed. 3-1.
Yeah, I thought that one found the outer lower part of the zone in the perfect spot, but home plate umpire not agreeing, and it's now a 3-1 hole that Parker's in.
3-1, 2 away. Not sure where again, but that one misses for ball 4. Dragons get themselves the bases loaded for the second time of this inning, and that brings up the center fielder, Corey Listing, for his 3rd appearance of the night.
Yeah, some tough breaks in that at-bat from Ryan Parker, and the bases are loaded yet again.
Cubello on third. He reached via a single, the infield hit. Moshier second on the fielder's choice to Rodriguez. First pitch is skipping away from Scrine. The throw home is not in time. Barely getting under that one is Cubello. Tough break right there. Parker thought he might have had him for a split second. So runners all advancing there. The Dragons getting themselves their 2nd run of this bottom of the 5th frame. 8-4 is your score now. 2nd and 3rd, 1-0 count to Listing, the Dragon center fielder.
Yeah, that one was close, and it looked like Scrine had gotten to that one really quickly and just at the right time, but just getting under the tag was Cubello.
The 1-0, that one missing outside for a ball. 2-0. Parker struggling a little bit in the early going. 13 strikes to 9 balls so far. He'll come set 2-0 to Listing. Now one missing again for a ball. 3-0. So Listing finding himself way ahead in the count here. 3-0.
And now that tying run going to be standing on deck if Parker is able to walk Listing.
Russo awaits on deck, the shortstop, the 3-0. That one outside corner, finding the strike zone. 3-1.
There's that get me over pitch from Parker, and he was able to just get in on that outside part of the corner.
The 3-1. That one is a called strike in the exact same spot. Listing looking for ball 4. Not wanting to swing the bat. He's going to have to now with 2 strikes and a full count with 2 away.
He may not have to. Parker could throw it outside of the zone.
Have some faith, Logan. Have some faith. 3-2 swung on and missed, and that'll do it for the bottom of the inning. Not before the Dragons are able to put another 2 on the board. 8-4 is your score here at East Field. So we move now to the 6th inning. 1-2-3 due up for your Stallions. Don't go anywhere. More baseball right after this. Welcome back to the Ulster Savings broadcast booth, bringing you Stallion baseball all season long, brought to you in part by Steyr, celebrating over 50 years of keeping you on the road. Matt Chase's night is over with after 3 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs, all of them earned, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts. Enter now Joey Laurer out of Siena.
And Laurer didn't pitch too much during his time in Siena, and that's shown by his ERA at 60 in the last year. Had an 0-1 record, 2 strikeouts to 18 walks.
2-0 now to Max Codier as he looks in 2 pitches there for his 4th plate appearance of the evening. 2-0, that one misses inside for a ball, 3-0.
And Codier 0 for 2 so far on the day. Did walk back in the second. That was the only time he's reached base.
Looking for a new outcome here, 3-0. And that one misses way downstairs. Ball force of 4 straight. None of them that close from the reliever in Laurer.
And I mentioned Laurer had 18 walks in Siena. That was only in 3 innings. So we could see maybe a little bit more of what we just saw in that at-bat from Codier.
That brings up now the center fielder, you guessed it, Garrison Berkeley. Laurer out of the stretch. First offering is a called strike on the outer part of the plate. 0-1.
And Berkeley led off that 4th inning with a single. That's been his only hit so far in the day. He's 1 for 2. Came close to a home run in his 1 out.
Throw over there. Nothing doing. Codier not even getting the jersey dirty. And we remember now Berkeley tagged out at home on that fielder's choice ground ball from Michelle back in the inning. 0-1 is popped straight up into the air, Listing crashing on it in center field, and he will make the grab in shallow right center field for the first out of the inning. Now that will bring up the 3-hole hitter and third baseman, Brandon Fish.
Off the pop of the bat, that sounded like it went a lot farther than it actually did, which was in shallow center field. But Berkeley just missing on that one with his swing.
A lot of pop from that bat of Garrison Berkeley, who is in the transfer portal right now. So if any of you coaches out there in the comment section need a reliable outfield arm, great guy, great personality, really good for your clubhouse, just go ahead and type in Garrison Berkeley in your web browser. You'll see a lot. The 1-0 is fouled up and out of play to Fish, evening it up at 1-1. That's Berkeley, Berkley, for those of you wondering.
Was anyone wondering?
They might have been. Don't want anyone to get mixed up. The 1-1. There goes Codier. Pitch is called. Strike 2. Throw into second. Not in time. Codier gets himself a Benson steal here in the top of the 6th.
It took until the 6th inning, but that's the first Benson steal on the day for the Stallions, and Codier's 5th stolen base in just his 7th game.
1-2 now to Fish. The payoff. Breaking ball outside, trying to frame it up is McNeff, but no go, says the home plate umpire. 2-2 now with 1 away. Codier with that 5th stolen bag. Adam Cray, third base coach, definitely giving him the green light at all times on the bases. Inside move, won't even throw it back there. Just checking in on Codier. Laurer asking for new signs from McNeff, and he'll get them. Cubello staying really close at second base bag, trying to keep him close. 2-2 misses outside, so full count now to Fish.
And Codier just been an outstanding addition to the Stallion team. Really can do it in do things in multiple aspects. We just saw him on the base running side of things. Has a great glove defensively and a great contact hitter.
The 3-2. On is popped straight up in the air. Under it is the shortstop Russo. He'll make the play for the second out of the inning.
Back-to-back pop-ups forced by Laurer, and they were both hard-hit balls by Berkeley and Fish, respectively, but didn't travel a good distance.
That brings up now Jake Skrine, tonight's battery mate. Skrine, if you remember back in that 5-run third inning,
There you go.
traded places with Fish for the RBI double. And fourth inning had himself another hit with a base hit. First pitch almost catches him just about anywhere you could imagine. Chin, arm, hip, anywhere. 1-0.
Just name a bunch of part of the bodies and almost caught it.
Close my eyes, throw a dart at the board, and I would be right. The 1-0. That one, same spot, straight to the backstop. Throwing it down to third. Not in time. Codier able to reach base on the wild pitch. Skrine having to be very, very aware and keeping those feet very light, having to move out of the way of 2 straight from Laurer. 2 away in the inning. Codier reaching on the walk over to third base on a steal and a wild pitch. That one a called strike. So 2-1 now to the catcher in Skrine. 2-1 is popped up into left center field. Crashing on it is Listing. Rizzo will call off the center fielder and make the play in shallow left center to retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors, a runner left on. We move now to the bottom of the 6th here at East Field. Don't go anywhere. The Ulster Savings broadcast booth isn't going anywhere. More Stallion baseball right after this. Welcome back to Stallion Baseball. The lights have come on here at East Field, and don't forget, lights are always sponsored by Richards Electric. When the lights go out, call Richards. And, of course, by our friends over at the Rip Van Winkle Country Club. Bring your swing to the Rip. Went there this morning with third base coach Adam Cray, and we look to our right, and chipping onto the green were left-handed pitcher Noah DeLuga and right-handed pitcher Praxi Vigil having themselves a nice morning before heading out to East Field. Ryan Parker out on the mound for his 2nd inning of relief work, taking over for Alex Canny. And the first pitch to the shortstop, Anthony Rizzo, is taken for a ball, 1-0.
I think the question that everyone at home wants to know is who won?
Who do you think?
I'm going to go with Cray.
The 1-0 is blooped over shortstop. Having to make a crazy play would have been Rodriguez, but that one fisted in on the first cut of the infield grass. Not able to make that play. That was a very do or die. That's definitely going down as an infield single right there. So very unfortunate break right there. Runner on first base with nobody out. And we have a pinch hitter now for Glens Falls. The left-handed hitter replacing Aiden Stevens, the left fielder, is Sean Bukowski out of Millersville. The first pitch to Bukowski is taken for a ball outside, 1-0.
And Bukowski, a rising sophomore, didn't play during his last collegiate season at Millersville and going to be replacing Stevens.
Bukowski, a right-handed throwing, left-handed hitting outfielder, have to assume that he is going to be a straight-up replacement for the left fielder, Aiden Stevens.
Mikowski's struggling so far on the year, hitting 4 for 33. It's a 121 average. And the question will never be known on who won.
The 1-0 is popped up and out of play, evening it up at 1 apiece.
Oh, wow. I think they hit one of the lights as glass kind of shattered down there.
Oh, that's not very good. Looks like some glass hit. Oh, careful.
And some kids trying to run for that. Stallions bench trying to make sure that doesn't happen.
The girl that grabbed the foul ball is actually not wearing shoes.
That's very, very
dangerous. As you said, Logan, glass shattering. It went light bulb, top of the fence, and back into the grandstands. 1-2 as Bukowski swings right through that off-speed pitch from Parker down to his final strike in his first at-bat.
Looks like the girl who was able to get that foul ball is okay. And it looks like she's now putting on shoes.
And the 1-2 is swung on and missed. Another great breaking ball there from Ryan Parker to get himself the first out of the inning. That brings up now the catcher, Kyle McNeff.
It's a great pitch from Parker on the low breaking ball. He's able to get Bukowski chasing for his first out.
Bruzzo getting his lead from first. 6, 4, 3, double play. First pitch swinging is McNeff, and Parker is able to get out of the inning courtesy of a tailor-made double play. 5, 6, 7 due up for your Stallions. We head now to the top of the 7th inning. Your score, Stallions 8, Glens Falls 4. Don't go anywhere. More baseball right after this. Welcome back to the broadcast booth here at East Field. Your reigning champions, Saugerties Stallions, have traveled up the river to Glens Falls, where they lead the Dragons 8-4. Leading off the inning will be Garrett Michelle. And in the words of Logan Barandis, can we see a bat make ball go boom?
Michelle already did it once on this home run back in the 3rd, and we'll see if we can do it again. And yes, you could say we did travel up north to get to East Field.
Congratulations, Mr. Barandis. You can make yourself laugh. Love it.
It's a compass joke.
It's a nautical reference. The first pitch is in the dirt for a ball, 1-0. Laurer out on the mound for his second inning of work through 2/3 of an inning. Excuse me, he threw the full last inning. Point streak does have it off, giving Matt Chase an extra batter face in and out. The 2-0, that one misses outside for ball 3-0. So very similar tale as it was last inning. The leadoff man being a left-handed hitter, Lower finding trouble with the strike zone, down in the count 3-0. And that one, not sure about it. That one called strike 3-1.
That one well inside, and I am noticing there are now fans out in center field by where Michelle last hit his homer.
It is all about how you evolve, just like the little fan putting her shoes on. Evolution is key as Michelle gets himself on via the leadoff walk. Enter David Shackelford. Shackelford having himself a good night at the dish so far. 1 of 1, 2 runs scored. Part of that 5-run third inning came around to score in there for a called strike. 0-1.
In both the 6th and the 7th innings, starting out in the exact same way with that leadoff walk. But in the 6th inning, the Stallions were unable to bring around Codier. We'll see if it's a different story with Garrett Michelle.
Lara will throw over to first base, not doing much other than dirtying up that nice gray jersey of Garrett Michelle. Getting a decent lead over there, about 2 1/4 steps off the first base bag. The 0-1 from Laura. Breaking ball, that's ripped up the third baseline. That gets past the third baseman, Zasloff, for a base hit. Rounding second, heading for third is Michelle. Throw will be cut off, and Shackelford will get in there with what should be ruled a double. We'll have to wait and see officially. Second and third, nobody out. That brings up now the designated hitter, 7-hole Evan Goforth.
And you are right, Kyle. That will be ruled a double. The second double hit by Shackelford on the day. And he is one of 2 Stallions to have 2 doubles. And the other Stallion is up to bat right now.
First pitch swing is Mr. Goforth. That one fouled straight back into the netting. A Dragon comes out of the dugout and he'll retrieve it. That looks like the relieved Aiden Stevens. So second and third, nobody out. Garrett Michelle over there at third base, reaching on the walk. David Shackelford at second, following that no-out double. The 0-1 to Goforth is taken downstairs for a ball, 1-1.
And Goforth has come around to score in all 3 of his at-bats so far today. Had those 2 doubles. Also a walk his first time up in the second.
2 doubles already to his credit. Glens Falls electing to move the infield in. The 1-1, that is a fastball that's bounced in the dirt. Now 2-1 to Mr. Goforth. Brett Heckert awaits on deck. Has himself a single already in this one. 1 for 1 with a walk. Infield still drawn in. Outfield playing regular depth. Off speed, bounces in the dirt in front of Goforth. 3-1.
And no action in that Glens Falls bullpen. They've already used 3 pitchers up to this point, with Laurer being number 3. So you want to get as much length out of him as you possibly can.
The 3-1 offering to Goforth. That one, chin music. He jumps out of the way, and that will load the bases full of ponies. Now batting, your second baseman, Mr. Brett Heckert.
And Heckert's had productive at-bats all 3 times he's been up. A single, a walk, and an RBI fielder's choice. 2 RBIs for Brett so far today. Looking for a great opportunity to add on as there is a mound visit taking place right now.
The pitching coach heading out for the Dragons. First baseman Danny Moshier will join in on the conversation. Not too much of a chat as the Dragons pitching coach will head right back to his seat on the bench. Bases loaded, nobody out. The Heck Man standing in for his 4th plate appearance of the evening. First offering is an off-speed pitch that bounces in the dirt. McNeff blocking it on both knees, 1-0. Still nobody out in the inning. Corner infielders are in on the grass, middle infield playing double play depth. That one catches Heckert square in the shoulders, and that will give the Stallions a much-needed Hell's Mortal insurance run. Hell's Mortal Realty and Insurance. Be sure to look them up for all of your realty and insurance needs. 9-4 is your score. Heckert wearing that one for his teammates. And that brings up now the shortstop, Alex Rodriguez, with nobody out. Bases still loaded.
I mean, whatever you got to do, right? It's an RBI, definitely not the way Heckert had planned on getting it, but a run's a run.
By any means necessary, Mr. Barandis. First offering is taken inside for a ball, 1-0.
We talked a little bit about Laurer's struggles during his collegiate season. It's kind of gone the same way so far here in Glens Falls. An ERA of 24.94 coming into today in 4 innings pitched.
Second pitch of the at-bat, Rodriguez bounces in the dirt, gets past McNeff, and Shackelford will score standing. Stallions have another Hell's Mortal Realty and Insurance run, putting them up 10-4 here in the top of the 7th frame.
And now that mercy rule is starting to come into play. The Stallions need 4 more runs. They would have the tying run on deck should Rodriguez get on, but we are in inning number 7.
Starting to creep up on that indeed. The 2-0 to Rodriguez. Swung on and flown into deep left field. Bukowski crashed at first, but he will rear back and make the grab deep in the left field. Goforth will tag up, and he will score easily. Stallions get themselves 11th run of the game, their 3rd of this half inning. Great piece of hitting right there from the shortstop.
So it's got to feel good if you're Rodriguez. That was a well-hit ball out towards left field, and it's a productive out, a sacrifice fly from A-Rod, getting himself an RBI and joining the party.
Joining the party indeed. 11 runs across, 1 away in the inning. Runner still on second base in Heckert. Enter now Colin Mackel, the 10-hitter for your Stallions. First pitch from Laurer is a breaking pitch that catches the outside corner for a called strike, 0-1.
And Mackel, the lone Stallion, to not put the ball in play on the day, 0 for 1 with a strikeout and 2 walks.
Second pitch of the at-bat is taken for a ball, 1-1. 1-1 to Mackel. That one missing way outside. 2-1 to Stallion right fielder.
And Mackel, in these past couple games, he's been up and over that Mendoza line looking for a couple consistent games at the plate.
2-1 missing way upstairs. 3-1. And how much fun are you having right now, Logan?
I'm having a ball right now watching this offense.
And all that fun is sponsored by Saugerties Athletic Association, where having fun is what matters. A 3-1 to Mackel, bounces in the dirt for ball 4. Stallions getting themselves runners at first and second now with 1 away. That brings up the top of the order, left-handed hitting Max Codier.
You're full of surprises, Kyle. That was a good ad read.
Thank you.
Got to get him any way you can.
Got to do your due diligence. We like to have fun here, so, might as well get a sponsorship.
That's where it matters.
Exactly. It's where it matters. Stallion Baseball and Saugerties Athletic Association. They are tandem. They're hand in hand. Like Bonnie and Clyde.
Jordan and Pippen.
I
know John Drager loves to make those Michael Jordan references.
Fleetwood and Mac. Oh, he loves them. He absolutely adores them. First and second, 1 out. Codier takes that one way outside for a ball, 1-0. Heckert reaching on the hit by pitch that plated a run. Mackel just walked a moment ago. He's at first base, 2-0 now as Codier takes a ball way outside again, and time will be called. Pitching coach coming out, but he will be the one to call on a new arm, a right-hander out of the Dallas Hot Wiener bullpen. Who is it? You'll have to wait to find out. Don't go anywhere. More Stallion Baseball right after this. Welcome back to Stallion Baseball, brought to you in tandem with Ulster Savings, your full-service bank from checking to loans, insurance, and investment services. Bring on Will Conroy, leaving the Dragon bullpen, and about 20 seconds later, the rest of his mustache as he is sporting a fantastic Fu Manchu look here in Glens Falls tonight.
And Conroy coming over from Millersville University, another Millersville player on this team, had a 2.84 ERA with 3 walks and 8 strikeouts in his 3 strikeouts and 8 walks, got the numbers mixed up, in his 6 1/3 innings pitched during his last collegiate season.
So 0-2 so far for the Dragons, 17.35 ERA in 8 games, 14 innings pitched, 18 Ks, 17 walks. Facing a Max Codier who is not kept quiet on the base paths, but certainly in the hit column. And Conroy will inherit a 2-0 count. Runners at first and second, 1 away from Laurer.
And we're talking about that mercy rule a little earlier ago, and Codier does represent that mercy tying run.
2-0 for Conroy. That one missing, similar to where Laurer was having trouble, deep in that right-handed batter's box. 3-0.
Yeah, definitely not the best spot to be in coming into this outing. Not only do you have runners on, you inherit a count where you're behind as a pitcher.
3-0 to Codier. That is a get-me-over fastball, and it got him over 3-1 to the Stallion leadoff man. Conroy comes set, checks Heckert at second, 3-1. Called strike 2. Codier thought about taking that free pass, but he'll hold on to his lumber and try it again now with a full count and 1 away.
Yeah, that pitch just caught that outside corner. Great work from Conroy there. It was a close pitch.
3-2. Breaking ball, missing outside. Ball 4. That will load the bases for the ever so graceful center fielder, Garrison Berkeley.
Great at bat there for Max Codier. The 3rd time he's walked in this game so far, and Berkeley with a chance to just break this game open.
Bases full of ponies once again in this one. Dragons facing another mercy rule here at East Field. The first pitch is ripped up into center field for a base hit. That'll plate 1. Rounding third and heading for home is Colin Mackel. No throws. It'll be cut off by the shortstop, Russo. Stallions getting themselves runs 12 and 13 here in the top of the 7th inning.
Yeah, great knock from Garrison Berkeley right up that middle of the infield, and now it's a 9-run lead on Glens Falls, 13-4.
Codier, as we mentioned, representing that mercy rule run, and that brings up with just 1 away, Brandon Fish. He's at the dish.
Yeah, he's at the dish and maybe making a wish to bring in some more runs.
The 0-0. That one is ripped up the first baseline. That'll kick foul. First base coach Alon Trisquita jumping out of the way of that one.
And in case you're wondering, the Stallions have only mercied teams twice so far on the season, once in Watertown and once against the Utica Blue Sox during that Game 1 doubleheader game. They've been mercied once against the Mohawks, but that's no concern today.
Never even saw it. The 0-1. That's outside for a ball, evening it up at 1 apiece here with 1 away. Short-term memory. Rough first 7 games or so for the Stallions, but they have really found some stride since. The 1-1 to Fish, that one inside, but ruled a strike. Fish down now 1-2.
And Fish had that first double to kick off that streak back in the 3rd. That's his only hit so far on the day. The only time he's reached base so far today.
5 straight extra base hits for the Stallions back in that third inning. Scored 5 runs, one of them being the 2-run big fly from Mr. Garrett Michelle. He's batting in the cleanup spot right now. The 1-2, that misses outside for a ball, 2-2. Excuse me, not cleanup. He's in the hole. I don't know where my head is right now. We're just having a little bit too much fun here at East Field. A lot of runs scored. Some good baseball being had by your reigning champion Stallions. 2-2 is ripped into right field for a base hit. Codier will round third, heading for home. Here's the throw. Not in time. Stallions able to get themselves run number 14. That one goes straight to the backstop as McNabb can't handle the throw. And Berkeley will move up to third base. Brandon Fish will follow quickly in his tracks. He moves up to second. Still one away in the inning. Stallions doing a lot here. Plating now 6 runs in the top of the 7th inning.
Now, should the Dragons go in this bottom 7th inning scoreless, this game would be over. The Stallions have done just a lot. They've had a lot of offensive breakout nights and more at the plate. 14 runs on the day for your Stallions.
Hit number 12 for your Stallions as Jake Skrine steps into the box looking at a first pitch breaking ball way outside, 1-0. Conroy struggling in the early bit of his relief outing. 1 out, runners at second and third. Here's the pitch. That's bounced over to the shortstop. Rizzo making a nice sliding grab. That one bounces out of his gloves. He tries to pick it up. That one probably going to be ruled an infield hit. Rizzo had to make a nice grab. Berkeley will come around to score. And Fish moving up 90 feet to third base, putting runners at the corners here, was still 1 away. And that brings up now, you guessed it, Garrett Michelle, as the Stallions have officially bat around in this half of the inning.
Yeah, and we'll see what the ruling is going to be, whether it's a single or E6.
First pitch swinging is Michelle. Moshier able to scoop that one on a nice pick over there at first base. Michelle able to get himself an RBI there, plating Mr. Garrison Berkeley himself. 7 runs across in this inning for the Stallions. And now batting, David Shackelford with 2 away. Jake Skrine on second. First pitch is a wild one. That one gets all the way to the backstop. Skrine will move up an extra 90 feet. And he is only 90 feet away from another Stallion Hell's Mortal insurance run. Conroy comes set. The 1-0. Sharkford takes that curveball on the outside corner for a called strike, evening it up at 1-1.
And Shackelford, he's reached base 3 times today, 2 doubles and a walk.
Had a double early in this 7th inning. And 2-1 is the count now to the Stallion left fielder. The left fielder in Shackford making the left fielder for the Dragons do a lot of work, hitting all of his balls up that left field line. 2-0, 1 away. That one is a called strike on the inner part of the plate. 2-2. Excuse me, there are 2 away in the inning. Rodriguez with that sac fly way back in the early part of this inning. The 2-1 is bounced in the dirt. Nice stop there from McNeff to keep Skrine over there at third base. Big stop right there as the Dragons are have their work cut out for them. Not only to get back into this game in general, but in order to keep this one alive. Your Stallions up 12 runs here, 16-4. 3-1 to Shackelford, 2 outs. That one misses way outside. Conroy continues to struggle with the strike zone. So a 2-out walk puts runners at the corners, and that brings up for the second time this inning, Evan Goforth.
Yeah, that's now the second time in this inning that Shackelford's reached base, and he's back on, and Evan Goforth has had an amazing day at the plate. He'll look to keep it going.
First pitch swinging is Goforth, and he rips that one into right field for a base hit. Rounding second, heading for her third is Shackelford. He will get in there, standing up. Jake Skrine touches home for the 17th run of the night for your Stallions.
And I think this is the most runs the Stallions have scored in a game this season. 17 runs. It's a huge offensive night from everyone.
Exactly what you want to see after falling last night to the Outlaws 6-5. The bats went cold for a middle 3 innings of that one. Nice job here. 13 hits so far. First pitch to Brett Heckert, taken outside for a ball, 1-0.
Only 2 hitters in the lineup don't have an RBI to this point, and David Shackelford is one. He has 2 hits so far, 2 doubles, and Colin Mackel has 3 walks.
And that one missing outside for a ball, 2-0. It's amazing that Shackelford doesn't have any RBIs. 2 doubles, 3 runs. Reached base safely 4 times in this one. And
He's definitely done more than his fair share.
Oh, most certainly. Heckert awaits the 2-0 from Conroy. First and third are the runners. That one in there for a called strike, 2-1.
And Heckert got hit by a pitch his last time up this inning, which brought in a run.
2-1, 2 outs. Pitch. That one in there for a called strike, 2-2 now to the second baseman, Heckert. Goforth getting his lead off first. Mr. Shackelford over there at third base. 2-2 from Conroy. That one is fouled straight back into the netting, so we'll try it again here with 2 away.
This is a night the Stallions really needed heading into their day off. They had come into this game losing back-to-back games, and in a chase for a playoff spot, they're half a game behind Albany, but they were tied with Oneonta and Mohawk Valley for third in the East Division, so this is just a huge offensive night.
And that one is flown into deep center field. Under that is Listing. He will make the play to retire the side. But not before the Stallions get 13 hitters to come up to bat, scoring 9 runs in the inning, tallying up 17-4. Don't go anywhere. The bottom of the 7th is on its way right after this. 10-1-2 due up for the Dragons. 17-4 is your score. Ryan Parker out on the mound for your Stallions. And the first offering is taken upstairs for a ball, 1-0. Parker now in his third inning of relief work for Alex Canny.
And the Dragons need at least 3 runs to keep this one going.
Second pitch of the at-bat is a bouncing ball over to the pitcher's mound. Fielding it cleanly is Parker. He'll flip it to first base for the first out of the inning. And that brings up now the top of your Dragon order in Phil Kerpata, the right fielder.
And Drake Quinn is warming up in the Stallion bullpen just in case things get out of hand. But I really can't see his services being needed today. Maybe he gets that extra day of rest and he would be one of the first men out of the pen when the Stallions hit the road against Albany.
Would be very, very big night indeed for this Stallion bullpen if only one arm is needed, especially before heading into the off day. First pitch is fouled off, and it looks like it is actually a pinch hitter taking over for Phil Kerpata. Looks like the right-handed hitting Jake Hatch out of Emerson College, the senior, takes over. His first plate appearance of the night. The 0-1. That one is outside for a ball, 1-1.
And Hatch, coming over from Emerson University, had a .250 average with 5 home runs, 19 RBIs during his last season.
Hatch, a two-way player for the Dragons, 0-2 with a 17.05 ERA. The 1-1, that one misses for a ball, 2-1. Hatch currently sitting on a 167 average in 24 at-bats, 2 runs, 4 hits, 1 extra base hit, and 1 double, 1 RBI. That one is ground up the middle to Heckert, making a nice running grab across his body is Heckert for the second out of the inning. Down to their final out in this one. That brings up now second baseman Mario Cabello.
Yeah, things got scary early on for the Stallions after being down 2-0 after that first inning, but since then it has been all Stallions.
Everything turns up Stallion here in Glens Falls. The 0-0, that one misses way outside for ball, 1-0. Ryan Parker doing a really nice job here in relief work for your Stallions. Second pitch of the at-bat is taken about hand high for a second ball, 2-0. Called strike, 2-1 now to the second baseman, Cabello. One is ripped foul, and now the Dragons find themselves down to their final strike of the game. Two called strike 3, and that'll do it here at East Field. Nice job there from Ryan Parker. Your final score here, 17-4. The Stallions able to put up 9 runs in the 7th inning, plating 13 batters, including a 5-run 3rd inning, capped off with a loud home run that plated 2 from Garrett Michelle. A lot of question marks as to who exactly will become tonight's Ulster Savings Player of the Game, when you have guys like David Shackelford reaching base 4 different times with 2 doubles, 3 runs, and 2 walks, as well as, of course, the man, the myth, the legend, Garrett Michelle, with a big blast back in the 3rd inning, a walk that plated himself back in that 9-run 7th inning. Your Stallions will have the day off tomorrow, and we are going to be sending it down now to the field where John Drager is standing next to the Ulster Savings player of the game. John, what do you got?
Taking a look at your stats, 3 of 3, 1,000 OBP tonight against Glens Falls, and 4 total runs as a part of a 17-run onslaught against the Glens Falls Dragons. And this is coming off a 7-game stretch in 5 days. You have to be tired after that one.
Yeah, it's tough to lock it in every day, but when you get to the field, you got to find it. You got to be tough and grind it out. And I feel like I did a good job of that, just staying locked in the whole game from at bats, and it was a good day.
And one thing that we've seen all season long is that the Stallions, when they score in bunches. And you keep carrying on to that narrative now. And will you continue that going on into the latter stretch, especially facing these Glens Falls Dragons later this week?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think everybody's starting to get comfortable with the bat. It's starting to lock in for a lot of guys, and so just going to keep that going, keep it going into the playoffs, and ponies are hot right now.
Appreciate it. Go forth. Guys.
Thank you so much for that, John. Another great interview with another player of the game in Evan Goforth. Fantastic night at the dish from everybody involved. And we're experiencing a little static here in the booth. Not sure what's going on, but your Stallions have the day off tomorrow. They will be taking on the Albany Dutchmen over Tuesday at 6:35 out at Keenholz Park. What was your favorite part of tonight's game?
I feel like there's a lot of parts that you can call your favorite. Maybe the 5 straight extra base hits in the 3rd inning with that Michelle home run kind of mixed into that. And as I change headsets due to this one being really all staticky, really just the offensive production from the Stallions, a lot to like there.
Nicely done, Logan. We're working around some of that technical difficulty right now. But for John Drager, Logan Barandis, and everybody we left out at Cantine Field, 17-4, Stallions get themselves a much-needed 17th win on the year on the road here at East Field. Again, tune in tomorrow night at 6:35 where we travel to Albany to take on the Dutchmen. Have a great night, everybody.